Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you are doing well. Please open your English books and open page number 14 or lesson number 2, the wooden ball. Yesterday we have read some of this lesson and we will complete reading right from there. But before that, I will recall some part of it, that what we read yesterday. We read about the wooden ball, which is a great story and having deep message in it. And we read in that story that there were 4 characters in the story. An old man whose name was Kurt, Manfred, who was the son of that old man, and Thekla, who was the daughter-in-law, and Wilhelm, who was the son-in-law of that old man. They were all living in Germany, and they were, by profession, they were carpenter. They were having workshop at their home, and this was a source of income, or you can say they were earning their living through this profession. The young couple Manfred and Thekla were having a son, as I told you, and they were when the Manfred were doing his work in the workshop, his son was observing and helping him there. And we read that the old man, who was growing old day by day, and his eyesight was very dim and blur, and his hands used to shake when he was eating food. So what happened? He used to split food over his clothes and tablecloth as well. So the son and the daughter-in-law, they were getting irritating. So we read that they bought a wooden ball for him, and they separated the old man from their table to a corner or to a separate place. They were not asking him to sit and sharing the seat and food with them. So far we have read this about the story. Now the next, right from here, keep your pencils in your hands to underline the hard words and listen it attentively. The old man was sad. Why he was sad? Because they have separated him. He kept quiet and didn't complain. One evening, not long afterwards, Thekla and Manfred had finished work for the day and were preparing the evening meal. When the meal was ready, they called for Wilhelm. Who was Wilhelm? Wilhelm was their son. They looked in his room, but he was not there. Where could that boy be? Asked Thekla. Manfred had no idea. He asked the old man if he had seen Wilhelm, but the old man shook his head. He just shook his head in negation that he didn't know that. Thekla and Manfred became a little worried. They looked out on the street, but Wilhelm was not there. Then they saw a light on in the workshop. They went to look. And where was the workshop? It was right in their house. It was a room specified in their house as well. They stepped into the workshop and found their son sitting on the floor. He was cutting a small block of wood and working as hard as he could. There you are, said Thekla. What are you making, son? Asked Manfred. Wilhelm put down the block of wood and the chisel. He looked up at his parents. I am making a wooden ball for you to eat from when you are old, replied the boy. The parents looked at each other, their eyes filled with tears. Did you understand what he was doing? He was making a wooden ball for them so that when they will be older and when they will be not able enough to eat well, they will use the same ball for eating. They were looking at each other and their eyes were filled. Come, dinner is ready, said Thekla softly, and she put her arms around her son and the three of them went back to the house. After this, Thekla and Manfred always asked the old grandfather to sit with them at table. What do you think? Why they were having tears in their eyes, and why Thekla and Manfred always asked the grandfather to sit with them? Because they had their son has taught them lesson. Their son has taught them lesson. And what was that? The lesson was that it is human nature to be impatient, or the disabled, or anyone you consider burdensome. But it is possible through morality and through conscious effort to be better than our nature. You see, it was not in their control. It was not, because they were human beings. They were impatient. They were getting irritating from the old man. But with conscious efforts, we can control our nature. We can control our bad nature or bad habits or bad emotions. Students, this story is a good example of a golden rule in practice. And what is that rule? Treat others that way you would want to be treated. Isn't it? The way you wanted yourself to be treated, treat your elders that way. The parents in this story above only change their minds and actions when they are faced with a frightening truth. And what was the frightening truth? That their son is going to do the same with them, what they have done with Mr. Kurt. So that they too will be one day banished to the small table with wooden ball with their own son. And fear is what jolts them out of their selfish thought pattern. So this is the moral of the story, that treat your elders, treat others that way that you want you to be treated. So this is all about the story. Every one of you, my dear, if you are listening me, just imagine your grandparents in your mind. If they are living with you, treat them well, treat them with patience. They are not as young as you are, isn't it? Even your parents are not as young as you are. So treat them, keep in your mind that when they become aged, they become deficient. Their energy level is not same. They cannot respond to you. They cannot run the way you run. They cannot talk, or they cannot eat the way you eat. So, will you promise with me, with yourself, that you will treat your elders, either they are your parents, either they are your grandfathers, anyone at your home, you will treat them with patience. Okay? Promise? If you promise, then we have fulfilled the requirement of this story. We have got the moral of the lesson, right? Stay blessed. Inshallah, we will meet in our next lesson with new exercises of the story. Till then, good.